Good morning, 2B. If you're noticing or catching on to the theme that I still have my Salem shirt on, it's because I finally got smart in the last week of recording lesson videos and recorded them all in one night or one day. That's normally how it goes with Mrs. O'Killen. I catch on to those tips and tricks at the end. Salem's a great little trip at Halloween time, especially if there's ever something that you're looking forward to do. Great trip. I can't wait to get back one day. Okay. This is our last official lesson video. Tomorrow will be our Zoom goodbye and study sessions. Or we won't study on Zoom together, but make sure you're studying tomorrow. I don't have a whole lot in the way of a lesson, but I wanted to try my best to get a story in today so that actually works out. So today is Thursday, May 28th, 2020, and we're even closer now to summer vacation, whether that's the beach for you, the lake, maybe you stay at home and join a pool. Hopefully your pool's opening this year. Maybe you have a pool. Let me know about that. Want to make sure that we are still studying for final test as we have been all week. Getting on I Know It and First in Math. Please, 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 if you have not been getting on, do that this week. Okay, and that's it. Let's get over to your math. Today we skipped a few pages just to make sure that we got into the centimeter with you. We wanted to make sure we hit those core measurements. Now, again, you had a little bit of this in first grade, so some of it's just a review. But we did the inches, feet, yards, and now today centimeters. You can estimate length in centimeters just like you did with inches and feet and yards. You can check your estimate with a centimeter ruler. Now, if you have a regular standard size inch ruler at home, normally on the opposite side of the inches would be centimeters. If for some reason you don't have that, please remember in the very last page of book volume 1, there is a actual centimeter ruler. I don't even own a centimeter ruler, so that's nice. I have regular rulers with centimeters on it. But anyway, there's your centimeter ruler. So you can cut that out just like you did if you haven't already with the inch ruler, and use that to do these pages today. Okay. That's up to you. But here, right on this page, just like it did with the inch, it's going to show you about what a centimeter looks like. It's smaller than an inch. And it's estimated to be about that size. So if you want to take your fingers, do however you do, use a ruler, piece of paper, and go ahead and measure. Now, it wants you to measure this bolt here, and it says the bolt looks to be about 5 centimeters long. Then you're going to hold up your centimeter ruler, always starting at that 0 line, at the very edge of the object we're measuring. And then where does that object end? And then what did we match onto? About 5. Notice that we keep saying about. It's not hitting that 5 line exactly. Okay. It's a little bit past it. So we use the word about a lot. Close to. And then down here, don't want to show the answers. You're going to estimate and then measure to check your work. Please estimate first. It's an important skill to have for measurement. Okay, let's look at our page for today. Again, we're studying in writing for the spelling final tomorrow. We want you to read Now and Then again with a family member, possibly on Think Central, and then your pages and writing your spelling words. So that's good practice for at least this lesson, lesson 30's spelling words. Don't forget to go back and practice and study lesson 27. Also, don't forget about your religion final. And here it is. It's on here every day to make sure that you get on either I Know It or First in Math. Okay. Now, I know that this isn't the actual last night of school, that you have final test next week and picking up of other things. And then we have Spirit Day on the 8th. So it's not officially over. But since this is my last video, I wanted to share one of my favorite books that I like to read to my kids every year, if I remember. I also read it to my own children at home. And it's called The Night Before Summer Vacation. Now, this isn't about being in the classroom. This is about going on an actual vacation. So for you, it might be a little different. But listen as I read, and you'll notice that it sounds like another story we've heard before. 'Twas the night before leaving on summer vacation. My family was bursting with anticipation. Make sure you see everything. Dad made a checklist, which he checked as he went. The bug spray, the backpacks, the umbrella, and tent. Mom grabbed the graham crackers and stuff for the s'mores. We carried out helmets, the canoe, and the oars. Remember my raft, my snorkel and bike, plus Pete's doggy bowls and Jimmy's new trike. Down from the attic our suitcases came. Mom whistled and shouted as if reffing a game. In bathing suits, in flip-flops, in sunblock and hats, in flashlight, in lounge chairs, and wiffle ball bats. To the top of the pile, to the top of the heap. Now pack away, 5 layers deep. There's a firework as I'm reading. It's a lot of stuff, as you know, with a family. We stuffed and we filled every inch of the shell. Like a water balloon, it started to swell. Uh-oh. Done with our packing, we ate dinner at last. Then we got out the scrapbooks of vacations past. If you haven't noticed yet, it sounds a lot like 'Twas the Night Before Christmas. They did a lot of different stories with that over the years. I have a few. This is one of my favorites. There were photos of us at the Museum of Toasters, and my father and I riding fast roller coasters. Here's Jimmy on Babe and me with Paul Bunyan. And there's Mommy beside the world's largest onion. The Museum of Toasters. That's definitely an interesting one. And that's him on Babe and Paul Bunyan. The world's largest onion. Don't know how nice that would smell. We laughed about trips we'd taken before. Our week at the beach did nothing but pour. It was so cold that we all wore our fleeces, but we finished a puzzle with 2,000 pieces. So it doesn't always go as planned. It was very cold and rainy on their beach vacation. But they were able to finish together 2,000 piece puzzle. Lots of fireworks going off right now. At last it was time to climb into our beds, where visions of marshmallows danced in our heads. That's the little boy's vision. And also hers. In the morning, Dad shouted, "Get up, rise and shine. It's 3:45. Let's leave here on time." 3:45. What time is that? Quarter. Remember we said some people like to say that, and it's 15 minutes. And it's not 4 yet, so it would be 3:45 a.m. Don't wake me at 3:45 a.m. I don't care where I'm going. I guess if you're excited, it doesn't really matter. Then a few moments later, there arose such a clatter. We ran to the window to see what was the matter. When what to our wondering eyes should appear but Dad, the camper, and a long trail of gear. He chuckled and said, "Let's hit the road before our camper decides to explode." I always wanted a camper. We all squeezed in, then drove down our street. I suddenly cried out, "Yikes, we forgot Pete!" It's Pete the dog. Dad made a U-turn, and Pete jumped inside. Pete's the dog. Now we were ready for the 10-hour drive. 10 hours is long. I heard Jimmy ask as we drove out of sight, "Mommy, are we there yet?" She said, "With luck, by tonight." The end. Everything's falling out of the... Look at the suitcase. But I bet they'll have a lot of fun. It's a great little story. Goes with a lot of the night before books. There's night before first grade. I think there's night before second grade, maybe even third grade. We'll have to look into that one. Okay, it's my last video, but I shall see you all tomorrow for our goodbyes. Don't forget, hopefully you signed up to get all of your belongings. Everyone had at least something in their desk, so you want to make sure you get up there. And if you have anything to return, any classroom books that you have, any library books that you have, please bring them with you. Any other odds and ends that you need to do in the office, you can do that at that time. All right, well, this has not been what I was prepared for to do in teaching. It has been fun, and it's definitely been a journey. And we made it. So we'll see what happens for the fall. All right. Miss you. Love you. As always, do your best. Study, study, study. I'll see you tomorrow.